Hello, everybody, and welcome to our release party. I am Gina from Gina K Designs, and it's great to see all of you coming in from all around the world. Tonight, we are so excited because it is our April release, and we have so many beautiful stamps and dies and a brand new card kit to share with you tonight. Now, I did see a comment in the chat where somebody said that one of the die sets doesn't look like it made it onto the website, and I tried to search for it real quick and I can't find it either. So I put an emergency message out to Sammy, and hopefully Sammy will be able to put it up on the website as quickly as possible. And we'll try to shift a few things around on the release party and not bring Debbie Warner on right away to try to get her stamp set, her die set put up on the website. I promise you guys, I had 3 people check today, and there are just those times where we all miss, right? So we are going to do our best to try to get that up as quickly as possible. But we have so many other things to show you in the meantime while we're working on that. And but before we get started, let's say hello to Tom. Hey, Tom.
Woo!
How are you?
Hold on to your bloomers tonight, boy. It's been crazy around here.
I know. Tonight is so exciting. And guys, guess what? I gave Tom a whole bunch of pictures. People are screaming things in all caps. I gave Tom pictures tonight from some of our designers so we could show you some inspiration for some of the sets that our illustrators who aren't here have created. And that is so exciting too. Right, Tom?
Yeah, it's great. We've got more visuals for everybody.
Yes, more visuals. It's going to be so exciting. So, are you ready for tonight, Tom? You've been seeing me in my craft room for days with my head down, right?
I know. It's like, late at night when you just see like lights from sparks, like illuminate the hallways.
Flying off the blending brush.
Yeah.
Well, I have to tell you, I think I have like 14 of my own cards to show you tonight. This release has been way too much fun for me. And I saw Jennifer pop in. Hi, Jennifer. Jennifer told me that she had something else to do and she didn't think she'd be able to make it. And I'm so glad you're here, Jennifer. It's great to see you. Well, we also have tons of inspiration in our Facebook group and on Instagram that's starting to end up there now. So you'll be able to find lots of card projects, and then we have several designers who made videos for tonight's release. So look for them as well. All right, Tom, are you ready to start with the incentives?
Okay.
Well, each release, we bring out new incentive stamp sets. And our incentive stamp sets are kind of like a little gift for you for being a loyal customer. And when you spend $75 in product in our site, you get to choose from 3 different free gifts. You can pick whichever one you like. And there is no limit. So let's say you place a $75 order, and then, 2 weeks from now, you're like, you know what? I really like that other stamp set, another die set, and you place another $75 order. You can pick a different gift until you get all of the gifts. Every month we do that, and these gifts are so much fun. And the way it works is once your cart gets $75 into it, a pop-up comes up. And it'll say, you're eligible for a free gift. Pick which one you want. And whichever one you want, just add that one to your cart and it will show up on your order at checkout. So make sure that when you're in the checkout process that you see that free stamp set on there or that free cardstock on there to make sure that that gift is coming home to you. Now, the first brand new stamp set that we have tonight is this beautiful set called Holding You Close. This is a gorgeous, delicate, and very sketchy floral design, and it's got 3 greetings in here. Let me zoom in a little bit on it. Okay, so here we go, Holding You Close. It's got this beautiful sending love, and then it's got I'm always here for you, and then thinking of you and holding you close in my heart. Now, we do have some beautiful samples that are in our Facebook group from our guest designers, and there may even be some samples on the product. If not, we'll get some up there soon. But this set also has a coordinating die set. So if you like to die cut all your floral images and you like to die cut your greetings and do a lot of popping up, this is a fantastic set for you. And you can pick this up. It's sold separately. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dies in it to go with all of the stamp sets. Now, I did make one card using this set, and I wanted to show it to you. And this is the card that I made. And I used the greeting, sending love, thinking of you, and holding you close in my heart. And what I did with this one was, I haven't used this color cardstock in so long, and I really wanted to. There shouldn't be technical difficulties. You guys, let's see here. Let me just check and make sure. No, it should be all good. If you're having trouble, just go out and come back in. You should be able to see and hear everything. Okay, so I stamped the 2 images from this stamp set, and then I colored them with a little bit of colored pencil and Gamsol. And then I added both greetings, sending love and thinking of you and holding you close in my heart. And then I used a grounding panel here from our double and single stitched ovals. And then I added a little bit of very light stenciling. Can you see that back there? I used our Harvest Flora stencil just to add a little bit of lovely lavender in there. And I put the whole thing on a lovely lavender card base. And I popped up my greetings and my images and added some little iridescent dots. They've got like a purple sheen to them. So I made this card just to inspire you and show you how pretty this is. Even though this is a mini stamp set, it is certainly big enough to make beautiful A2 cards out of it. And you can always cut extra ones of these to make it into a 5x7 or an A6 card just by adding more floral arrangements kind of going around. So never be afraid to just cut more and make those cards bigger. So that is the brand new Holding You Close, and this one is yours free with any purchase of $75 or more. All right, so that's my first card of the evening, and I'll take some pictures of these cards and I will pop them in the Facebook group and also on the product page, so you'll be able to see that card sample. Okay, so the next incentive I want to show you is this one right here. This is called Spring Doodles. Now, you guys know that I have been all into doodling lately, and I have been really kind of enjoying some real simple alcohol marker coloring using these doodle types of stamps and also creating my own doodles. And we did a couple videos that had that doodle look to them. One I used a stencil and one I used our Spring Things stamp set from the last release. Well, this one is yours free. It's called Spring Doodles, and let me show you a card that I made. But first, I do want to let you know that there is also a coordinating die set for those of you that love to do all the cutting out. And I want to show you the card that I made. I went all out on the doodling. So here is the card that I made with this. Isn't that so much fun? I used my Ohuhu markers and I did a little bit of shading with those. You can see I just did real simple shading with 2 colors of markers. And then instead of, see how these stamps are open, even the leaves? Rather than color every segment with a color, I picked certain parts of these and I colored them in black. And that's what gives it more of that doodle look, right? So you could just take a black alcohol marker or you can use a pigment pen and you can color in parts of it, and then on those black areas, that's where you can add your gel pen to kind of create that fun Zen doodle look that we're all just bananas over right now. So this is the only card that I made. I'll tell you what, out of the entire release, I think this was the most fun card for me to make because I was really able to just kind of step outside that beautiful floral box and just get funky, you know? Just color it real bright colors and everything. So this one is yours free with any $75 purchase or more. There'll be a pop-up and you can choose spring doodles. And then if you want the coordinating dies, I use them here for the words. I like to have that white outline or else the black just fades into the design. So I used mine for the words, but you can also make really fun and funky floral bouquets with these flowers and leaves too. So it doesn't have to just be a background like this. So you might want to pick up the dies as well. All right. And, you know, it's really fun to use colored pencils and Gamsol on this too. So that's another really fun way to use this set. All right. So there we go. I'm still waiting to see if Sammy gets back to me. Okay, so now I want to show you a couple of stamp and die collections from some of our illustrators who aren't here this evening. The first one I want to show you is this adorable set called Ladybug Garden. Now this one is by Dina Gerner, and we all love Dina's critters, right? She does all of these cute critters and they mix and match so well together because she sizes them just perfectly so they're consistent throughout. And this one has a whole bunch of different ladybugs. Some are sleeping, some are crawling, some have their eyes closed, some have their eyes open. And then all of these cute little elements that ladybugs just love, like mushrooms and flowers and a little bit of grass and some of these taller flowers. So you could do so many fun things with this one. Now, let me read the greetings to you. Always here for you. Thanks for being you. Just bug cause. Oh my gosh, that is so cute. Hello there. So lucky we're friends. Brighter days are ahead and a little something for you. Oh my gosh, Dina, just bug cause. That's so cute. And then there is a full die set. Look how many dies there are in this set. This is a huge die set. But I love that these dies cut every single greeting out, so you can always mix and match the greetings with other stamp sets in your collection as well. Now, I have a bunch of cards that Dina sent me. I'm not showing all of them to you, but I'm going to show you 6 of them that she created using her brand new Ladybug Garden. All right, Tom, go ahead and show the first slide. So Dina made these 2 cards, and look how cute these are. So in the first one, she used one of our the gatefold dies from the 12 Days of Christmas box to create that cool panel there in the background. And then she has those 2 little sleepy ladybugs, and she added some of her florals with that. And she used some real light colors in the background there. She used our amalgam ink, and that looks like it's warm glow. And I love how she did the little speckling and spotting. She very well could have used our that little spatter stamp from the seasonal patterns and phrases. That's what it looks like to me, but that is just the cutest little card. And then the one next to it, she just cut a fun floral pattern. She made her own background paper. And then she used some of the dies from Debbie's new set, and I'm still waiting for Sammy. Hopefully Sammy can get that up on the website. But she cut a bunch of greenery out using Debbie's new Flora set. And then she used a grounding panel like I did on one of my incentive stamps, incentive cards. She used one of our single-stitched circles. And then she put the 2 little ladybugs together and with Thanks for Being You. That is an adorable card. And I also really like the way she inked up the cardstock and cut the flora out rather than just cutting it out of solid cardstock. That's really pretty. All right, she's got more. Okay. So the next one here, she used our Master Layouts 21 to create that beautiful arch in the background. And then she used our Butterfly Garden stencil to create butterflies in the background, kind of looking through that window. And then you can see she used some of the simple flower designs and colored them, and then added her 2 cute little ladybugs in front of the window. That is just a beautiful card. And then the one next to it, she used Master Layouts 21 again, and she did kind of two curved scalloped edges there. And she has her ladybug propped high up on the flowers, kind of looking down over that cute mushroom. I love Dina's coloring. Dina makes all of her things look like they're shiny, and I think that that's amazing. She does that with the gel pen, and it just creates such a cool look. So if you guys have a white gel pen, try adding those little accent lines like she did on the mushroom and on the ladybug shells. On shells, you know what I mean, they're little bodies. Like turtles, and see if you can add a little bit of shine to them using that technique. It's so pretty. All right, Tom, I'm ready for the next one. Oh, I love this one. She used the Spring Things stamp set from the last kit for those big, bold blooms, and she used Master Layouts 21. And I love that black background. That really makes everything just pop. That's so beautiful. And then she has her little ladybug just crawling up that little scalloped hill. It's so whimsical. And I love the way she colored. She used that kind of just that little flick motion that we did on that same flower in our video that it's so pretty. And I love all the little details with the polka dot paper and the little strip going across. You can do so much with just simple paper, can't you? That is just beautiful. And then the one next to it, she used a tag die, and she used two of the flowers from tonight's kit, those beautiful magnolia flowers. She added those in there, and they're like the perfect size for those ladybugs because it makes the ladybugs look real tiny. And she did a beautiful background, stamped some beautiful images back there. And I love the purples. That's the lovely lavender again. Dina and I were on the same wavelength with lovely lavender. And then she added some white spatter paint on that as well. That is a gorgeous card. I really love that. All right, so once again, this is the beautiful Ladybug Garden, and Dina has more cards. She'll be sharing all of those cards. She shares them on Instagram. She shares them in our Facebook group, and I will also be sharing them on my Instagram account as well. So if you love Dina's little critters, then you've got to grab yourself some ladybugs with the new Ladybug Garden stamp and die collection. Oh, that was so much fun. So cute. Okay, now our next illustrator who isn't here tonight is Beth Saleka, and she gave us an extremely useful stamp set. She gave us this one here. It's called Congrats Grad, and we all need this because we all have kids that are graduating, kids or grandkids or nieces or nephews or grandnieces that are graduating high school, graduating college, graduating kindergarten, whatever they're graduating, you can make them their own grad card. And let me read all these greetings for you. So we have for a special graduate, every ending is a new beginning. I love that. I love that for other things too. That would be great on the inside of a bigger, like 5x7 retirement card, you know, where you need a little bit of a bigger greeting on the inside. I love that. And then you did it. Congrats. Oh, the places you'll go. Go confidently in the direction of your dreams and celebrate. And then it's got the class of 20. And then you can add whatever year you need to add after that. And this is going to last us probably, a good 75 more years or 74 more years. So we're good. We're good. And then even then, I mean, once it hits the year 3000 and we're still crafting, we can just make our own year using the 3 and the 0. So we're good. Then it's got this big grad, and there are so many fun techniques you can do with this. You can do that ombre technique. You can do kissing on this big, bold. And then it's got the graduation cap too, a big one and a little one. And of course, there is a full die set for all of this. So, I would keep in mind that these are sized very appropriately. These numbers are sized very appropriately for something that I have coming in my kit tonight. If you want to add an age or you want to put a birthday on there or whatever. So there's a lot of great uses for this stamp set other than just graduation. But Beth did design it to be a graduation set. So let's go ahead and take a peek at two of the cards that Beth shared with me. And I'm going to share them with you tonight. So this first one, Beth did some confetti. She used the confetti stamps from the brand new kit, which you're going to see in a little bit. And then she has all of the hats just tossed up in the air. And then she used the go confidently in the direction of your dreams. And I love the scalloped frame that she used from our master layouts. I want to say it's 5, but it could be 4. I would definitely check on that. It could be 8. I'm not 100% sure, but a lot of you have it already. And if not, just type in master layouts and all the different ones will come up and you can see which one that is. So I love that card. It's so cute and fun. Simple too. And then this one, Beth embossed that graduation cap in white, and she put a little silver pearl on top of there, one of our metallic pearls. She used one of the border dies from our border die set, and then she added You Did It in white embossed on black. She die cut that out. So kind of like that opposite, instead of doing black with the white borders, she did the opposite on that. And then she created her own background paper using the smaller graduation cap and just did a tone-on-tone look. And for that one, she used master layouts too. So that's so cute. Well, Beth, great cards, and thank you for this set because we all need it. But honestly, I love these greetings and these numbers for so many other types of cards that I'm really glad to have this one because we can honor anniversaries and retirements and birthdays with this, and we can, people changing jobs and just starting a new life. I mean, so many great, great uses for these greetings. Love it so much. So thank you, Beth. All right, so let me get these out of the way. Put these here. All right, so another illustrator who cannot be here tonight is Hannah Drapinski. And she created this beautiful Time to Bloom stamp and die collection. Okay, Master Layouts 4, thank you. That big scalloped frame is from Master Layouts 4. That is fantastic. Thank you for helping out with that. So Time to Bloom is beautiful. It's got a couple of different types of flowers, peonies, dahlias, violets. These can be also whimsical, other types of flowers. And Hannah's, these big flowers like this are so much fun to color with colored pencils and Gamsol and with our alcohol markers and also with watercolor. And we have a whole bunch of greetings here. Thankful for you. Hello, friend. So grateful. Follow your dreams. It's your time to bloom. You're simply marvelous. Sending love and hugs. And then it's got this huge die set, again, that cuts out all of the flowers and every single one of their greetings. So I want to show you a couple of cards that were created by some of our designers featuring this beautiful set, because you got to see these things colored. So this first card is by Sherry Gilson, and she used the large dahlia image. And I think that's a dahlia. Is that? No, that's the peony, the large peony image. And she cut 2 of them and put them back to back and then used an angled strip there with the sending love and hugs. And I love how this is, I love that background too. She just stamped the big flower stamp in black and white, but it just looks kind of like a crackle kind of background. I think that's so much fun. You don't really recognize it as a flower because the flowers are so big on top, and it makes a really unique background. And then it looks like she might have colored those with colored pencils. I'm not 100% sure. I'm not really good at telling the difference all the time, but whatever she colored them with, she colored it beautifully. I love this card. It's such a fun use of that big peony stamp. So this next card I want to show you is by Cassie Hewlett. And Cassie used the dahlias as well. Oh no, the peony. I get my flowers confused. The peony as well. And she just painted a stem right on there. Look at that. Just painted a stem. Like, we can all do that. Well, we actually, I mean, I think if you've ever watched Cassie paint in her videos, she really breaks it down and makes it very easy for you. And I think most of us might be able to achieve that. But even if you didn't want to add that stem, you could add a stem from another stamp set, or you could just have the flowers just kind of arranged so that almost the stem would be behind the other flower, maybe angle it differently. But look at that unbelievable watercoloring. I mean, come on, Cassie. That is gorgeous. And then I love what Cassie does in a lot of her cards. She just takes, I don't know if she uses a ruler. I would have to use a ruler, but she kind of uses a super thin pen and creates a little outline border and then little squiggle black lines in there to kind of break up the border. Lots of spatter, lots of texture, and that card is spectacular. And then she's got one more for you. This is the dahlia. There it is. So she watercolored this one as well. And she may have used leaves from another stamp, or she may have just freehand painted that. I wouldn't put it past Cassie to freehand and paint that. It would be beautiful. But look at the flower. Oh my goodness. The way she colored that in those bright orange tones are just so springy and beautiful. And a flower like this is also really good all the way through the end of fall, because depending on the colors that you do this flower, I've seen flowers like this in the fall as well, and they're just beautiful. Like, it has almost like a mum kind of look to it. Now, again, I don't know my flowers very well, but if I saw that flower done in all fall colors, kind of like the way it is now with the oranges, and there were some golds in there and stuff, I would think it was a fall flower too. So that can be used for so many different seasons and so many different reasons. Absolutely gorgeous. Well, thank you to Dina, to Beth, to Cassie, to Sherry Gilson, to all of the wonderful designers that are sharing cards right now all over social media, and the videos, Kathy Zilski, Megan Andrew. I mean, we have videos and all kinds of things going on tonight. So just make sure you get out there and check out all that inspiration, because there's nothing like seeing what other people do, and then when your stamps or your dies come in the mail, you've already got all these ideas. Maybe you're putting them on your Pinterest board, or you're saving them to a folder on your computer. You are just ready to open that package and go. All right, so now we've got our first illustrator waiting in the wings, and she has created a new die set, and this is it. It's the Basket of All Seasons Summer. So Lisa is expanding on her Basket of All Seasons collection with a new summer strawberry die set, and she's going to show you all the things and all the inspiration. So I'm so excited to see what she has got going for you tonight. So let's welcome her to the program, Lisa Hetrick.
Hi friends, it's Lisa Hetrick. Hi Gina. Hi Tom. Hello everyone, and welcome to our April release party. I'm super excited to be here with you tonight. I have something super juicy to share with you. I've got a brand new die set that coordinates with the Basket of All Seasons set. Let's dive in and take a look. Okay, friends, let's take a look at Basket of All Seasons Summer. Here is this super cute, small but mighty die set. That is the strawberry die set that coordinates with the Basket of All Seasons. So let's go ahead and do a quick refresher. The Basket of All Seasons basket set came out in the fall, and it's a multi die set with lots of different elements in it, and I have designed several die sets that coordinate with this die set, and they also stand alone. So this die set is super fun. You can make a really large basket with it, and it's also kind of a gift card holder. So we've got lots of different elements. that coordinate with that. Then we had the winter set that came out and the spring set with the pansies, which I absolutely love. And today we have the basket of all seasons summer die set. So let's dive in and take a look at some of the inspiration. Okay, this inspiration is just super fun. I really, really like this card. I've got this grouping of strawberries. I also used a stencil from one of my other stamp sets. And then when you can't find the sunshine, be the sunshine, just kind of went back and looked at some of the stencils and some of the sentiments in my stash from my collection and just added them to the projects that I'm sharing with you tonight. Now, here's an example of one of them. This is the vase from La Dolce Vita, and I just thought it would be really, really fun with favorite Flora that's coming out tonight and just kind of having these strawberries coming out of the vase, sort of like a strawberry vase. And just, it's got this Mediterranean look to it, and it's got these really fun strawberries. One thing I'm going to share with you, you can see that little glimmer of clear dot that I've put on the strawberries. That was created using Connect glue, and I just did little droplets of the Connect glue and let it dry. It was kind of a happy accident. I had done it by accident, put it on some of the strawberries, walked away from the project because I was going to come back and adhere it to something, and I didn't. And then I just saw when it dried, it made these really cute little droplets, and it just added a little bit of extra texture with the glue I was already using. So super fun. Okay, this is a really fun card, just really clean and simple. I used the frame from the tea set that just recently came out in my collection, added Have a Lovely Day, and just have this really cute little grouping with the strawberry here. Now, I couldn't go without creating something with watercolors. And this is just a super fun card. I've been using a lot of stamp sets and die sets and just adding watercolor to them. This is really perfect for that. Just taking and dropping in a little bit of watercolor to create this little strawberry grouping. And then just a little bit of fun brushwork just to kind of make it super cute. And again, sentiment free because I haven't added the sentiment yet. I've been doing that a lot with cards during the releases and just adding sentiments later when I want to use the card. Okay, here's a really fun card, and I used one of the Picture Perfect Greetings, the Happy Birthday to You. I thought this would be a really fun birthday card. Really fun little grouping here of strawberries, and also using that stencil from my collection as a little backgrounder. Now, I just thought that this would be a really fun tag project too. So in the Basket of All Seasons die set, we've got this really fun tag that fits inside the basket for that you could use for a gift card. But how fun is it to use this and just kind of make a tag out of it and put it on, maybe you make strawberry jam in the summer. Wouldn't that be super fun to kind of pop that on there and just add that to the little homemade gift? And then I wanted to point out on the card, this card, and on this tag, I did the same thing with the Connect glue with the strawberries, and it just adds that really fun little extra texture that is a little bit like water droplets. Okay, friends, there's one more thing I want to share about this die set that makes it just kind of fun and interesting. So the die has the complete strawberry background, and then it also has the element that you can lay over top that has the little tiny seeds. So the really cool thing about that is that the seeds can pop out, but you can also leave them in, like I shared in this card. And you can just add a little bit of color to them, or you can also, I think I did a couple samples like that. Let me just share this really fun tag again. You could pop back in some of the seeds that came out of the die, just pop them back in. And I popped 3 yellow ones right here and just kind of left those, the base color of that strawberry right there. So super fun. So you have lots of versatility with this little die where it can pop out the seeds for you and you can just show through what's in the back or not. Okay, friends, like as with all of my releases, I do have a very small basket of all seasons summer download to kind of show you the dies and how they work together, and then to also show you the proportion in which they work with the basket, which I have showed you that here as well. So you can grab this in the Gina K Designs Facebook group or head on over to my website at indigojadeart.com and grab it in the freebies section there. So let's take a look at the die set again. Super fun. It's really cute, small but mighty. Super, super fun. Basket of All Seasons Summer is available now in the Gina K Designs What's New section. Okay, friends, I'm going to be going live Wednesday this week at noon, so over the lunch hour, with a brand new card tutorial. And I'm going to be doing a really fun mashup with some of stamped elements, stencil elements, and we're going to use the Basket of All Seasons Summer and some watercolor. We're just going to have some fun so that I can introduce this die set to you and jumpstart your inspiration for it. Okay, friends, sit back, relax, enjoy the rest of tonight's release party. I can't wait to see what you create. I hope you enjoyed the inspiration that I shared with you tonight. And I hope to see you on Wednesday when I go live with this week's tutorial. Thanks so much for joining me. Thank you, Gina. Thank you, Tom. Thanks, everyone. Have a great night, and I'll see you next time. Bye now.
Oh, Lisa, your cards and the tag were absolutely fantastic. And you know, in the early spring, when the strawberries, like you could do that strawberry picking in the early spring, I've been really thinking about trying to make my own jam. And so I am so glad that I have this die set, because if I do make it, I'm not going to be able to eat it all myself, right? I'm going to have to give it as gifts. And what an adorable tag. That is such a great idea. I love that. Make sure you guys subscribe to Lisa's YouTube channel. She makes fantastic videos. She does tutorials and lives all the time on her channel. Her daughter joins her sometimes and they craft together. And Lisa has a great watercolor style. It's a loose watercolor style. It's really beautiful. In fact, I have some of Lisa's watercolor paintings hanging in my studio at home because she also at one point was selling her artwork and I had to get a couple for myself. But she really has great ideas and she really does deep dives into her stamps and her dies. And she, like she said, she mashes them up together and shows you how they can mix and match so beautifully. So check out her YouTube channel, download her idea sheet, and get yourself some cute little strawberry dies. They are so cute. Thank you, Lisa. We appreciate you. And then I just wanted to remind you guys that we've got 4 fantastic YouTube creators that are making videos for this release. We've got Rebecca Keppel, we've got Megan Andrew, we've got Mindy Egan, and Kathy Zilski. And I've seen some of the projects that they've made, and they've got some really great inspiration coming up for you as well. So after the release party, if you're still awake, go over to their YouTube channels and see what they have for you. Or, you know, tomorrow morning with your coffee, as you're making your decisions, make sure you check out their beautiful work as well. Okay, so our next illustrator comes to us all the way from India. And she has created a beautiful stamp set called Peach Blossoms. And I love this big image. Peaches, we've got strawberries, we've got all the summer things. And this set also has a coordinating die set that cuts out all of the greetings and this beautiful large image. And I really love the way this die was created to have, you know, all the cutouts in there too. So if you're doing a background and you put that die cut piece on top, that background shows through. It's just not all white there. So that's pretty cool. All right, I'm going to let her tell you all about this stamp set, and let's welcome her to the program, Arjita Singh.
Hi guys, Ajita here. Welcome to Gina K Designs April 2026 release, and I'm so glad that I'm able to join you all tonight for this release. I have a beautiful stamp set. It is a floral stamp set called Peach Blossoms, and I'm super excited to share this with you all. So this is the stamp set. This is the big cluster. You can just chop this off if you want to create a bouquet, but have it if you want to create a stick kind of an impression or a branch. Then there are some lovely sentiments, and it also comes with this huge die. So every element of the stamp set can be cut out using these stamps, these amazing sentiments. I will read them out to you once I flip the camera. They're really fun sentiments, and there are a few of my favorites in this. So I have a bunch of card samples for all of you, and I hope I'll be able to cover all the techniques which are possible with this kind of a stamp set. So without further ado, let me just flip my camera and I will show you all the card samples I created using Peach Blossoms. So this is the Peach Blossom stamp set, and there are some absolutely adorable sentiments which say you are so sweet, another year sweeter, happy birthday, hope your birthday is just peachy, hello friend, thank you for everything, you make life peachy, and you're a peach. So this also has coordinating dies. You can buy them separately, and every element of the stamp set can be cut out using the die. So this is the first card using Peach Blossoms stamp set, and here I stamped the entire image in black waterproof ink on a smooth watercolor paper, and just very loosely dropped in some colors here and there, and this creates a very pretty card. The sentiment is happy birthday, you are so sweet. So this is a very quick, easy peasy watercoloring technique which you can use. So this is the second card, and for this I did some fussy cutting because lately I've been really enjoying fussy cutting, and this gives my stamp a more botanical kind of a look. So that's what I did, but you can absolutely use the coordinating die to do this. So I've used some shades of peaches and purples to create this peachy white flower and the leaves. So this is a card panel I created. This is very loose style watercoloring. You just need to drop some paint and in the center and use a thick brush like this, a fat brush, and drag it outwards. So this is very quick, and every time you're going to create a card, it would look different and very effortless. You frankly do not even see the stamp used here, and this can be just your project. So this can be done with or without the stamp set, frankly. This is another of the same technique. Here also I did the same process, and I absolutely love it. So I've not added the pollens and all because this is very loose style watercoloring. This is pencil coloring. I absolutely love this. This is also a very peachy pink flower I tried to create. I have some red centers as found in cherry blossom flowers. And I used a craft colored cardstock to do this because I think pencil color looks stunning on such darker colored cardstocks. This is one of my favorites. Here I used Copic markers and created this. This is no line and super fun, very detailed. I have really taken my time to color this. I've created a background also using Copic markers, and then used the 00 marker, the colorless blender, to create these droplets or effect. This was a fun accident which turned into a card, and here I tried using the bleach kind of an effect, but this is done with water. So I added some colors, water soluble colors, and created a background, and just stamped the image using water on top. So this kind of a bleachy effect was created, and I somehow liked it. So this is another idea which was just too bright to handle. I used some spray colors, and they were so vibrant, and not really my style. So I just thought I'll share it with you all because at the end this looks really fun and very festive. Here are the card samples I created using peach blossoms, and I hope you liked it. So that's all from my side tonight, and I hope you liked all the card samples I created using peach blossoms. So I'll be sharing all the photos on my social media, Facebook, Instagram, and I have a couple of videos which I'll be uploading on YouTube as well. So thank you so much, Gina and Tom, for having me. Thank you everybody for stopping by and joining us for this release party. And I will see you next month. Till then, take care. Bye-bye.
Arjita, your cards were absolutely beautiful, and I love that bright, vibrant one at the end. I like bright colors, but the pencil coloring too. Arjita can color with just about any medium, which is so fun. And make sure you subscribe to her YouTube channel because she does step-by-step tutorials for coloring as well. And even if she isn't making a video on this particular stamp set, you can go back and look at any of her flower coloring videos and use them with any other flower stamp set that you have. So lots of information there on Arjita's YouTube channel, so make sure that you check it out. I love this peach blossom set. I love all of the greetings in here. You're a peach and you're so sweet. Another year sweeter. That makes me so happy with peach blossoms. And you can also mix and match some of the sweet sayings in here with Lisa's die set. So lots of crossover in this release of things mixing and matching together. It's so exciting. Thank you, Arjita, for being here tonight. Okay, well, our next illustrator is ready to go, and I was able to fix her stamp set. I figured out how to do it while Lisa was doing her segment. I went in behind the scenes and I pressed a couple of buttons, and now her die set is up on the site. So let's take a look at it here. This is the brand new Favorite Flora die set, and I love this die set because these are sized perfectly for card makers. They're not too big. They're perfect for behind any flower stamp set that you have. Any of the embossing folders where you cut out the flower head but you don't have the greenery. These will work beautifully with that. So many uses for this. So I'm going to let her tell you all about it. And I'm sure she's got some amazing card samples to show you. So let's welcome her to the program, Deborah Warner.
Hi everybody, Debbie Warner here for Gina K Designs. Hi Gina and Tom, I'm excited to be here and it's always good to see everybody. Thank you for joining us. We're really glad that you decided to spend this time with us. It is our April 2026 release party and we have some really cool products coming out tonight. I want to show you my newest creation. It is a die set called Favorite Flora. And I like to quote Lisa Hetrick and call it leafery because that's what they are. They're all a bunch of leaves. And there are 8 different dies in this set. There are 3 a little bit bigger ones, 3 really tiny ones, and then 2 medium-sized ones. I wanted to give us options for sizes in case you just need to add a little something to a card that maybe one of those sizes would work well for you. So let me tell you about some of my samples. This time I had a lot of time. I had gotten my set a little early, so I spent time doing some things that usually take a little longer, and I'm excited to share them with you. So let's get started. I knew that I was going to be doing a lot of these dies in green. And so I just got all my favorite Gina K greens, which is pretty much all of them, and did a whole bunch of die cutting, and then I just sorted them out by the different leaves. This way it'd be easy for me to grab what I'm looking for when I'm making a card. On my first sample, I created a terracotta pot with my paper trimmer. I tried to give the pot some dimension by using a faded brick ink. It was a contrast, but not too much of a contrast color. I used our snowy background stamp for the background and continued to ink blend, and those colors are the same, and it is Emerald Coast. Then I used the Happy Birthday greeting is from Birthday Wishes, and I stamped it in Christmas Pine to kind of pick up one of those colors from the leaves. I used a slate card base on this card, and then I had a white panel that I stamped our Elegant Script background stamp with soft stone. I ink blended with Emerald Coast, Key Lime, Lucky Clover, Fresh Asparagus, and then edged it with slate. I cut our birdcage out of black onyx and used the smallest decorative tag die, and that greeting on the decorative tag die is from Big Birthday. Finished it off with a little piece of gray and white twine. On this card, I used Ocean Mist and white cardstocks. Happy Birthday is from Old Age Birthday, and I did stamp that in Tranquil Teal. I used our tapestry embossing folder and rainbow pearls, and Master Layouts 19 was used to cut out the scallop and the scallop panel. For this card, I wanted to put my plants into a basket, and I don't have Lisa's basket set. I wish I did, but I don't. So I decided to create my own basket. To do that, I used craft cardstock and dark chocolate ink. I used the wood background stamp. I cut strips using Master Layouts 8, and the top piece I cut from our large sentiment strips. I used our Falling Leaves embossing folder and swiped a craft ink pad across it several times, and that panel is cut out of Master Layouts 4, and the Essential Greetings was used in dark chocolate for that greeting. I cut the circle out of Master Layouts 8, and that is blue denim, and then I edged it with our In the Navy ink. I then used a greeting from Old Age Birthday and embossed that with our silver embossing powder. The background, I used the leaves from With Sympathy, and I stamped those in soft stone. Then I ran that panel through our Swiss Dot embossing folder. My leaves are all cut out of white, and then I used some ink to edge them in Blue Sky and Blue Denim. I finished it off with some of our silver pearls. These brightly colored leaves took a little bit of time, but let me explain to you how I made them. I used watercolor paper to cut these out, and then I soaked them for about, it was probably an hour and a half in some water, and then I went ahead and I added color with watercolor paints. When I was done, I set them on some paper towel to dry and let them sit overnight. I wanted to make sure that they were really dry before I took them to my card. Keeping with bright colors, I used a card base in Key Lime. Master Layouts 4 was used to cut that black panel. I cut a black strip and then used Friends Forever from Essential Greetings. It came together really easy, just tucked the stems of the leaves underneath that strip that I created. On this card, I used Master Layouts 21 to cut that dome. I cut it in white and black, and then on the white, I used a rainbow of Gina K colors, just swiping it with the ink pad. Vertical Greetings was used for Best Wishes, and I used the deboss side of the Petite Flourish embossing folder for this, and the leaves are cut out of white and black onyx. This card is simple yet elegant. I ink blended some blues and turquoises, and then in that I cut out our oval shaker shadow die, and then I cut it again in gold, and that is kind of the basis of it. Ivory cardstock on the outside, and then I cut the leaf out of the oval and then placed it off to the side, finished it off with some soft white pearls. The greeting, Happy Birthday, is from Big Birthday, and that was done in gold embossing powder. Last but not least, Debbie has tags for you. So the one on the left, I did do a little insert of those leaves because I cut them out of newspaper and then glued them onto some cardstock just for a little stability. That's a manila store-bought tag. I used our Thanks and Shadow die on that and just had fun with stencils and stamps on that one. And then the one on the right is very simple. It's another thank you tag, and that I used gold cardstock that I've had forever, and some of our cherry red. And those dies are both from our beautiful bookmark dies. So there you have my samples. I hope you liked them and found them inspiring and got some ideas. So I had a hard time figuring out which cards I really enjoyed the most because I really had fun with this die set and I had fun with a lot of the different things that I did with it. But I have two kind of favorites that bubbled up to the top for me this time. And the first one is this one. I don't know, it just looks fresh, and that terracotta pot that just, I created with my paper trimmer. It was pretty easy. And with a little blending on there, that is sweet mango paper. And the blending I did with, I believe that was faded brick. So, and then the other one is this one. It just, with that bird cage, I love that bird cage. And then in the background, very, very lightly, that elegant script. It just has a vintage feel for me. And I love tags. And so this tiny little tag that is in our decorative tag die set, that is always fun when I get to use that one. So I had a lot of fun with those. So again, thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate every one of you and love to see your work. So please continue to post in our Facebook group and tag us if you can, because we like to see what you do with our creations. So thank you again. Love you all, and I will catch you next time. Bye-bye.
I'm just blown away. Did she really die cut those out of newspaper? I love that look. That was amazing. It looked so vintage and cool. And I mean, Debbie, you must have done basket weaving at some point, because you knew how to do all that weaving with those strips and it looked like a real basket. That was very cool too. And soaking the watercolor paper, I would have never thought to do that. I learned so much in that short little spot that you just did. I can't wait for everybody to try those techniques, and I cannot wait to use this die set. Look how cute that little one is there. This die set in so many upcoming cards. I also like the way Debbie cut a whole bunch of them and just put them in cups so that she's just got them ready to go, because there are so many times when I stamp and die cut and ink blend all of these flowers, and I'm like, oh, if I just had one more little leaf or a sprig or something like that. And to have cups of these ready to go, that's a brilliant idea and a great activity to get your mojo started. So Debbie, thank you so much for all of your inspiration. We love this new die set. We're all excited to use it. And if you guys are going to create in Ohio this weekend, Simon Says Stamp Create, Debbie is going to be in our booth along with Mindy Egan. So you'll get to meet both of them if you're headed up to Columbus, Ohio this weekend for the big Simon Says Stamp Create event. Make sure you say hi and do our make and takes each day, and it'll be a lot of fun. And I know Debbie's excited to meet everybody, and she's just great. So thank you, Debbie. This is exciting. We love this die set. All right, everybody. Well, now we have one more illustrator here tonight before I get to show you my kit and a couple of other things that I have for you this evening. We've got, so don't go away because I've got a couple surprises in there, but we've got Melanie Menchinger waiting for us, and this is her gorgeous new beach frame stamp set. And oh man, I love this frame and all of these elements. And the frame cuts out both the outside and the inside, which is great because you can stack it and pop that frame up. You can even put a picture behind it of maybe your day at the beach and make a little framed card that you can sit out on your desk or send to a friend. I can't wait to see what Melanie has in store for us tonight, and I know you guys can't either. So let's welcome her to the program, Melody Menchinger.
Hey everyone, Melanie Menchinger here. Thanks so much for joining us for Gina K Designs April release party. I'm thrilled to be sharing my newest set from Gina K Designs with you, Beach Frame. This contains a beautiful frame of shells that's going to be perfect for portrait or landscape style cards, whether you're using A2 or 5x7 size. In addition, it has all sorts of beach theme related greetings and images that are going to go perfectly in this frame, whether you're using it vertically or horizontally. We've got a sandcastle, some palm trees, a lighthouse, some wading birds, and then some greetings and a horizon line for creating beautiful blended scenes in that frame. Whether you use the frame or not, you are going to love the ideas that I have for you tonight. It goes with so many other sets in our collection, as well as some that I have previously illustrated, the beach birds, the windows on the water, and tonight I'm going to be showing a couple samples that I created with the serene seascapes. Looks beautiful in that frame. So just want to jump right into samples and also show you, of course, we've got some coordinating dies. The die for this frame is going to cut out both the inside and the outside at once. It's attached, and when you keep this little piece that cuts out from the middle, that makes it so easy to stamp your little scene without having to do any masking, whether you're going to blend or whatever. Put your stamping in and then just pop it right into that frame. As always, I've got an inspiration sheet that shows you all the samples, but let's just get right into it. So the first one that I have here, I wanted to create a beautiful scene using that lighthouse image. So I have got my beach frame stamped on some white Pure Luxury in the jet black ink. I did just some very minimal coloring on a few of the shells with some peaches, some tan, and some gray. I used that center cutout piece and I blended on just a little bit of the blue sky ink and then some of the teal ink for my water. I die cut that lighthouse and then did just some very simple coloring with my alcohol markers and added that all the best greeting. I just love how this turned out. And then I've got this on a sandy beach card base. I also used one of the small wading birds to make a little logo on the back of my card. These are also great for stamping something on the inside of the card. And I'll be showing you lots of examples tonight of what you can do with those images to bring it inside as well as to the back. Love this card so much. I illustrated this set last summer after we went to the beach. It's just my happy place, so I think that you'll really see where my inspiration is coming from creating these illustrations for you. This next one, I have it cut out again on the white, but I used some of our Stormy Sky ink, so it's going to be a little more subtle. I did not do any coloring on these shells, so if you don't have a lot of time or you're not real comfortable with coloring, it's really not necessary. There is so much contouring and texture and detail built into this frame image. I layered this onto one of our master layouts die cut bases, so you can see a nice frame of color that's just going to layer right on there. For the inside of this, I did some wild dandelion and some peach Bellini ink blending on one of our sunshine stencils. I just love using those with my beach images. And then that sun, that round area there frames up that thinking of you greeting perfectly. So this can really work for almost any occasion that I want to send it out. I love to have thinking of you if I don't know specifically when I'm making the card who or when I will be sending it. And then this gray heron here, just some very simple coloring and then popping it up makes a beautiful scene inside that frame. And then I used the little tiny palm tree on the back for my logo. The next card I wanted to show you a scene that you can make with 5 of these images without using the frame. And I love this greeting, love you to the beach and back. That just says it all. So I've got my horizon line stamped there. This is a single layer card. I added the little palm tree to the island and then put the large one here in the foreground. So you're really creating a lot of depth with just a few stamps. Then I've got the small and large gray heron there. These are popped up and die cut, just a little bit of coloring. And then for my blending there in the background, I just masked off a little sun with some wild dandelion. I've got some tangerine twist, passionate pink, and then a little bit of the blue denim ink there. And as you see, it just fades out. You don't have to cover this entire scene. I just love just doing a hint of coloring and just letting your imagination do the rest. So love this single layer card. And again, put a little palm tree there on the back. The next one I did without the frame again, and I used more layering with our master layouts here. I've got the horizon in the back with the lighthouse here in the front. I added a die cut tree there over my coloring, and I just used one marker for making these waves here. I did a little bit of sky blue ink there, blending just very softly on top. Used one alcohol marker just to do streaks for the waves coming in, and then just a little bit of a tan marker for my sand here. This sandcastle that I illustrated, we love to go to Padre Island and build sandcastles. It's famous for having some of the best sand in the world. The texture is perfect for holding together a great sandcastle, and we did a wonderful sandcastle building class with someone who taught us how to build all these bridges, turrets, sculpt the little details of the stones in there. So that really, I'm gonna have to find the picture to show you my son and I working on that castle, but it just has great memories. And then I put that thinking of you on there again. The next one, this was a very quick card. I wanted to do it on a dark base just to show something different than all the neutrals that I've been using. I've got the frame stamped in some of the soft stone on our white, and it's layered onto the jet black. I used some of the sweet mango and the passionate pink and plum punch for blending around those two palm tree images. And so this just looks like a night in Maui here to me. I decided not to do any greeting on the front, but I wanted to use one of those die cuts inside. And so I didn't have to worry about using a white gel pen for writing. I wanted to use just that bright pink to bring it inside this card, again with that palm tree, and then that love you to the beach and back layered over it. Just love how this card turned out. So easy to do. The next one here, I used that crashing wave from my Serene Seascapes. This is a single layer card, and I just masked off my frame by using the die cut on a piece of masking paper, laying it over my stamping, and then stamping on the wave and the clouds. Did just some very simple coloring with a few alcohol markers and added one of those die cut gulls. And I don't have any coloring, again, on that frame. Just a little bit on the waves and then some peach for the sky, and all the best. Love how this one turned out. The next one, I love the Picture Perfect dies and sentiment stamps that Gina has in this latest release. So I thought that they would make a great vacation memory. So I've got one of these Polaroids framing up this very simple scene that I made with the horizon, the palm tree, and then just masking off a sun there. I also wanted to show how you can use this frame by just cutting out corners of it, whether you want to use 1, 2 on either side. I'm going to show you some other tips in just a second, but I love just having just a few of these shells, like a little 3-dimensional embellishment to kind of further the theme there. And then this orange and yellow ink was perfect with this sentiment of hers from Picture Perfect Sentiments. May your days be filled with many golden hours. And I just love that. And then so dramatic with that black frame there that I used the master layouts on to cut out this frame. The next one that I have, I used some more of that snipped up frame from the white, and I layered just individual shells and coral over the one that I had stamped and die cut onto our craft base. So again, there's no coloring here on the shells, but just having a few white ones really makes it pop and just gives it more variety and dimension. Just looks so realistic. This is on an ivory base, so I'm just loving how these neutrals look together. And I wanted to show you don't always have to color the water or blend the sky to have a really beautiful scene, I just put the friend stamp and then that small heron there waiting in the front, and then just a little bit of tan ink to match that craft and a little bit of a gray blue. I love how this card turned out. So easy and so fast to do. The last one that I want to share, this is one of my friend Carolyn King and I. We went on a beach vacation recently and we bought this little set of photographs from the Tampa Aquarium. It had the little logo on there, so we've got several, and I like the ones that show where it was. But I wanted to frame up this smaller picture from this set, and as you can see, this one is slightly different and smaller than this large frame. So all you need to do if you have a smaller frame, or let's say you want to frame up and showcase a smaller image or a smaller sentiment, I just cut it in 4 places, just right on the edge of one shell on either side, and you just squish it together and make it whatever size you want, and then just layer it over. So you can customize this to create a smaller rectangle or even a square if you like. So I thought this would be beautiful with Debbie Warner's wood grain background. So this is stamped on the sandy beach using some of the warm cocoa. And I just think that that looks so beautiful with these shells. So sitting on my shelf, it just looks like I have this gorgeous real wood and shell frame. I love that so much. So I'm so excited for the different ways that you can use this frame on your cards and your projects. Again, here is that inspiration sheet that I will be adding to our Gina K Designs and Stamp TV Facebook group. And I am so excited to see what our guest designers are going to do tonight with this set. I'm also really eager to work with the other things that we have in this release. I just didn't have time before I needed to get my video done. So I'll be sharing those over the coming weeks, the ideas that I have for them. But anyway, I hope you love Beach Frame as much as I do. I'm looking forward to seeing your creations. Please tag me when you post them so that I'll see it and I can let you know how much I love it. And thank you for just showcasing my work and showcasing your art and building up our community. I love you all. Thank you so much for coming tonight. God bless.
Ah, the beach. I love it. I absolutely love this stamp set. I love the die set. I love the way Melanie put all of this together. And boy, I feel like I really need this frame in my life. You know, just all of the beautiful pictures from the beach over the years. This is great for scrapbooking. It's great for making your own little home decor pieces because you can create your own mats for your photographs that you pop into frames around your house. I mean, this is a spectacular set. And somebody was asking where to find the other stamp sets from Melanie's collection. If you go to our website and you click on Shop, and then you click on the filter button, a big long list comes down and you can search by each illustrator. Just go down to the stamps category and you'll see stamps by Debbie, stamps by Melanie, stamps by Arjita, stamps by Lisa. So you'll be able to go into their collections and see all of their stamp sets, and you'll be able to find the beach, the landscape one that Melanie was talking about, and you'll be able to see all of those on our website by doing that. All right, well, this was fantastic. Melanie, thank you so much. Melanie does have a YouTube channel, so if you'd like to subscribe to her YouTube channel, she usually does a video for each release and shows you a simple card that you can create, but she will share all of those beautiful pictures of those cards that she made tonight in our Facebook group. And I will be grabbing them from the Facebook group and putting them on my Instagram as well, because I know some of you follow Instagram instead. So yeah, Melanie, another knock it out of the park stamp set and stamp and die collection. So thank you so much. A huge thank you to all of our illustrators tonight. They have once again wowed me and taught me so many things while I was just watching. I'm as mesmerized as everybody else. Make sure you follow them on social media and tag them when you make cards using their products. All right, well, I have not just a new kit, but I have another stamp, die, and stencil collection to show you tonight. Now, this one is called Peaceful Petals. So this is it right here, Peaceful Petals. Now, some of you, probably about 2,500 of you, maybe more, 2,800 of you already have this if you took the SCT Crop and Create Fall Card Making event. If you took that event, then, I'm sorry, the Spring Card Making event. If you took that event, that was in March, you have this collection already, so you don't need this collection. But if so many people were asking about it because everybody was sharing their cards in the group, and we decided to add it to our regular collection. So this is called Peaceful Petals. And this is a sympathy-oriented stamp set. However, the beautiful floral designs can be easily changed up into any type of card just by changing the greeting. But I do want to read the different greetings that are in this set, and then I want to show you several different samples that I made using this one. So we have Thinking of You, You Are Not Alone, May Your Loved One Rest in Peace, and May Their Memory Be a Blessing. I love that one. And then you can use Thinking of You with And Wishing You Comfort and Peace, with Sympathy, So Sorry for Your Loss. Then there are two floral designs. There's a C-shaped one, and there's an L-shaped one. And then there is this fantastic background stamp that's a little bit grungy and just perfect for adding a little grounding box on your card without having to cut a layer so that you can lay those florals on there. Now, this stamp set also has a coordinating die set that cuts everything out, including all of the greetings, except for this right here, because this was designed to be cut out with Master Layouts 2, and it gives you a white frame around the outside edge. So it kind of pulls Master Layouts 2 in a little bit and creates that grounding image. Then this one has coloring stencils. So you can color all of these images using the coordinating coloring stencils. So if you like all three of these pieces, you can get all three of them. If you're just like a Copic marker person, or you like colored pencils and Gamsol and you don't want any of this, you can just get the stamp set by itself or just the stamp and die set together. Now, I want to show you, for those of you that did take the Crop and Create class, we now have coordinating polyglaze sheets for this collection. So now you can take these floral designs and you can add a little bit of silver or a little bit of gold or a little bit of soft blue that has just a shimmer to it by picking up the coordinating polyglaze sheets. These work with our fuse foiling system. And if you're new to foiling, I have a whole foiling playlist on my YouTube channel that shows you exactly how to use polyglaze sheets, how to use our fuse foiling machine, and lots of different techniques that you can do. So I wanted to let you know, for all of you that have this already from the class, I know there's 2,800 of you, now you can get the polyglaze sheets so yours can sparkle and shine. And if you don't have this yet and you love to foil, you can pick this up as well. Now let me show you some cards. The first cards I'm going to show you are the ones that I taught at the class. So I taught this card, and this uses that grounding panel, and you can see what this looks like on a Master Layouts 2 size piece of cardstock. See how it pulls everything in, and it allows you to rest your flowers and your greeting on something, so there's not just this big open white space. And all I did was I used the L-shaped floral design. I stamped this grungy background behind it, and then I stamped and cut the With Sympathy. I colored these all in with the coloring stencils, and this is the light carnation and the medium carnation. The light lilac, blue sky, and then our light spruce. And I didn't have a light carnation cardstock, and I wanted my cardstock to match perfectly. So all I did was ink blend light carnation on here to create a panel. And that's just an A2 size panel. And then I glued it right to the front of a white card base. So the card base is white on the inside, but look how smooth our ink blends. I'm just always so impressed with once it dries, the smoothing agent is unreal in that. And it matches the ink perfectly. So if you have an ink pad and you don't have a cardstock to match, you can use our ink with our very, very super smooth, pure luxury 80-pound layering weight white cardstock, and you can get that super smooth blend. So that's one card I made with this. The next card I made is a fun little Z-fold card, and I just trimmed around the outside of this panel here, and I layered it up, and then I made a fun little Z-fold. You can see the Z there. There's the Z. But it's just a little Z-fold card, and this panel being on top allows you to write in the center here, and then when you close it, you don't see any of the writing until you open it. And then you get to see the front of the card on the inside. Isn't that fun? And for this one, I used the light and medium lilac. I used the light spruce, and then I used some soft stone for the background here to create that card. So I feel like sympathy cards are the kind of thing where we make them when we don't need them, because when we do need them, sometimes we don't really have a lot of inspiration and creativity because we're mourning or we're grieving, and it's good to have these in your stash just sitting there so that if the time comes, you hope you never need them, but when you do, you're glad that you have them all ready to go. Now this next one, I did a similar thing. I didn't have any of the blue sky cardstock at home with me when I made this card, so I did the same thing. I just used the blue sky ink, and I just ink blended it, and you can see if you use our layering weight white how smooth our cardstock is. You get such a smooth blend that you can get the absolute perfect match to your blue sky ink. And for this one I used blue sky, and I think I used a little either light or medium lilac in here to make that color blend. And then again I used the light spruce for the leaves. And I used two of the greetings because I thought they worked so nicely together. It kind of fills in the area a bit. Thinking of you, you are not alone. And so that is that card. Now these were the three cards that I taught at the class, but I made a bonus card and then I made one using the poly glaze. So my bonus card here was this one. I made a big 5x7 card, and I used our modern greetings. I did a little bit of ombre there in the medium and light lilac. And then I ink blended this with some marigold ink and some red hot ink with a little bit of marigold on the inside. I used some jelly bean green, and whatever was left on my blending brush of that yellow, I just added a little bit onto there, a little fresh asparagus. And I used Master Layouts 20. So this is a big 5x7 card. And I wanted to show you how, although you can easily make an A2 card out of these corner elements, the C-shaped one, you can make an A2 out of this one as well. But you can also just spread them out a little bit and turn it into a big 5x7 card. And I know a lot of you love the A6 and 5x7 sizes, and you're always looking for stamps that you can use. So this set is plenty big enough, and this actually shows all the details of that lattice die that comes in Master Layouts 20 with this beautiful stitched, double-stitched frame here. And then I just popped a little clear sequin, our crystal clear sequins, right where those little lattice areas came together to form like a little flower. I just popped some sequins in there on the ones that we're showing. So it's a very well balanced card, you know, it's the same top and bottom. It's a really nice layout, and it makes a fun bright colored birthday card. So even though this set is designed to be a sympathy set, these flowers work for anything. And then I have another card to show you. I used the poly glaze, so we had to make a card that shines, and look at how pretty the poly glaze is on that. So for this one, I cut the C-shaped one again. That's this one up here. I just staggered them onto white cardstock with all of that beautiful gold shine. I did the thinking of you, because that was very generic. Doesn't have to be, you could be thinking of somebody on their birthday. You know, you could thinking of you, and then inside write, I hope you have a fantastic birthday, and congratulations on your retirement. Whatever you want to put on the inside. But you can see how beautiful the 14 karat gold foil looks on that. And then I used red hot ink. I used some jelly bean green, and I used some marigold. And then I used our gold iridescent dots just to keep up with that foil shiny kind of gold theme, to add a little bit of extra bling, because we didn't have enough bling on this card, right? So I wanted to definitely get a poly glaze card in there for you. And those are 5 different card ideas that you can make using the Peaceful Petals stamp and die collection. I colored all of these using the coloring stencils, but if you're not into that, any one of these cards can be colored with colored pencils, markers, or watercolor. All right, so that is the Peaceful Petals collection and the new poly glaze. Now it is time for me to show you our brand new card kit. Now I'm going to show you everything in the card kit first, and then I'm going to show you the cards, because I did so much mixing and matching with this that I think it will just be easier for me to kind of do it all at once. So like all of our kits, when you open your box, you're going to have an index sheet inside that's going to give you the entire contents of the kit. This kit is called Sweet Celebrations, and it's got all kinds of beautiful ways to celebrate pretty much every occasion that you can think of. It's got the Sweet Celebrations die set. It's got the Picture Perfect Greetings. It's got the Picture Perfect Greetings dies. It's got the Picture Perfect frames, and this set is about the same size as a Master Layouts die set, and it's included in the kit. Then it's got this stamp set here called Birthday Sprinkles, and this can be a standalone set where you can use all these little elements to create a fun party background, but some of these elements were designed to work with this die set as well, which I'll show you in a minute. And then this one, the only 2 dies, you've got the Birthday Sprinkles die set, are the 2 greetings, because the rest of these are meant as backgrounds. And then you get a free gift in here, and the free gift is this 3D embossing folder, stencil, and die set called Fancy Dogwood. And the fancy dogwood, the dogwood is so special to me because my dad planted a dogwood tree in our backyard when I was born. And I remember when I moved out and I saw their house for the last time, that thing was huge. And my dad always loved those dogwoods. And so this dogwood folder means so much to me, and it's so beautiful. Wait till you see the cards that the designers have made with this free gift that's in here. Okay, so let's take a look at the products in real life. You can see what this dogwood looks like. Isn't that gorgeous? So for those of you that missed the last kit and love the full floral front, it's a different flower, but it's still very beautiful and has that same kind of appeal. You also get 2 separate dies that you can cut out and put into the embossing folder and color with the stencils. And these will work beautifully with Debbie's, her die set with the different leaves, because you can't really cut out the leaves here, but if you wanted to add more leafery in here, you could using Debbie's die set. So if you pick that one up, you're going to love mixing and matching that with this. And then it's got all of these layering stencils, and I believe this is a 5-piece layering stencil set. Let's see. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 layering stencils. Now, this one is not labeled A, B, C, D, and E. And that's probably why I missed that the newer ones were coming that way, because our friends at Memory Box designed these for us, and they just recently started doing that. And this was one of the ones that I was saving for this springtime kit, so I didn't release it right away. But it doesn't matter which stencil you start with, because nothing overlaps. So just grab a stencil and go. If you want to write A, B, C, D, and E with a Sharpie and put a piece of Scotch tape over it so it won't wash off when you use alcohol to clean your stencils, you could certainly do that, but I haven't had any problem at all, because sometimes I start with the leaves, sometimes I start with the flowers. It doesn't really matter on these kinds of designs. And then I wanted to show you the this one here. So this is the Picture Perfect frames. Look at these frames. So this is a 3-piece frame set. So you get this one, which is like a Polaroid, you know, the big Polaroid ones. My kids were taking pictures with these all weekend at Rena's bachelorette party. These are very popular again. The kids love them. And then there's this little Instax, I think it's called, camera that does the same thing, but it makes tiny pictures like this size. So we have 2 here that you could do like a little strip of 2. If you wanted to put this on a slimline card, you could actually cut it and add another one. So you could cut it like right across there, and you could add a 3rd one at the top and turn it into a slimline card. And then it's got just a plain square picture frame. So, and then it's got these 2 dies here, which are like washi tape. So this way, if you wanted to add onto your card like a little piece of washi tape here and a little piece of washi tape here, you could cut these out of pattern paper, or you could design the little pattern parts by yourself. And Tom, I think where you're sitting over there, there is a little like chewing gum container in there. If you could just throw that over this way, I just want to show them what I did to create the little look of washi tape. If it's not there, I'll show them in the next video. It's totally fine. But and then here are the Picture Perfect greetings. So you've got the stamp set and the die set that cuts all of these out. Oh, perfect. Thank you so much. All right. So these, what's nice about these is these were designed, and I asked Brian to show you that these don't come in this die set, but it shows you how you can stamp the Picture Perfect greetings onto these frames. So these were designed where all the big ones will fit on the big one. I think the majority of them. This one might not. May your days be filled with many golden hours. But I think it might. Might be really close. But most of them were designed to do that. And then the Say Cheese fits on this one right here. So these are really fun. It all works together. And the greetings in here are so cute. Look at these. Hope your birthday is picture perfect. Oh, snap. I missed your birthday. Have a snappy birthday. Say cheese. Happy birthday to you. You've captured my heart. May your days be filled with many golden hours, and you make me smile. And for those of you who don't know the golden hour thing, so there's a thing with photographers where the golden hours when the sun is just in the right spot, like sunset in the sky, where everybody's skin just glows, and it's the perfect lighting to make you look absolutely beautiful and very smooth and flawless in pictures. So anybody that knows anything about, and the kids all know, but may your days be filled with many golden hours is really cute for photography. And for, if you make cards for any millennials or Gen Zers, they'll know exactly what that means. There's even a song called Golden Hour. Okay, and then we've got the birthday sprinkles. Now, the birthday sprinkles also works with, all of these work together. Okay, so we've got the Sweet Celebrations die set. I know this looks weird until you actually see how it all comes together. This is going to make cake. it's going to make cupcakes, and it's going to make candy for you. And then the Birthday Sprinkles stamp set, these little designs right here actually decorate the slices of cake. And then these designs here, the happy birthday and it's your birthday, if you cut these out, you can use the stick for the lollipops to actually make a little pokey thing that will stick into the cake or into the cupcake. So all of these work together to make just the cutest birthday cards and other celebration cards. All right, so now that you've seen everything that's in this kit, it's a lot of stuff, a lot of dies in this one for sure. Let me show you some of the cards that I've made. Oh, and I do want to show you, we have this too. This is an extra add-on, but we did polyglaze sheets for a background. This is the Birthday Sprinkles polyglaze sheets. So let me just show you this, because the picture on the front is deceptive. It's got a background and it's got these greetings. So you can do the greetings, happy birthday, and it's your birthday. And you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 of those. And then you've got this big fun background of these like sparklers and confetti and everything that is just perfect for birthday celebrations. So you can do those in our glitter foils or in our other foils. So this is an add-on. We never put foil things in the kit because not everybody foils, and you know, that would be frustrating if you don't foil and you got a product that you didn't use. So we put other things in the kit and fill it all up, and then we make our polyglaze standalone. So this is super fun. All right. Now I did want to show you the washi tape that I made. I cut 2 little pieces here from that die set, and then I used the little confetti stamps from the Birthday Sprinkles just to create my own patterned washi tape. And I'm going to lay those onto some of my cards just so that you can see how it would work. So the first card I want to show you, let me show you this card. So this uses the Sweet Celebrations die set. I cut that out using some Blue Sky, Lovely Lavender, and Bubblegum cardstock. And then I put the little frosting piece on top with a candle. And then you can see how the Birthday Sprinkles just decorate the different layers of the cake and also the candle. Then I used the Have a Snappy Birthday, and I put that on a Polaroid frame, and I stamped my own background back there. So you can see I used the Birthday Sprinkles to just make my own fun pattern paper. Now let me zoom in here for a second, because if you wanted to, you could very easily just take these and you could put them up here like you washi taped that onto the card. And that just makes a cute, fun little element for your card too. It just jazzes it up a little bit. And these elements too, for those of you that are scrapbookers and every once in a while get in the mood to do a scrapbook page, these are also fun elements to use for actual real photographs. You can crop real photographs down and put them into these Polaroid frames, and you can washi tape them onto your page and do your journaling and stuff. So it's really a fun little way to use these. So that's my first card I wanted to show you. I did use some of our holographic stars to just add a little sparkle and shine on this card. And I put it onto some In the Navy cardstock, but you could also put it on black cardstock, and that would look really fun too. All right, so the next one I want to show you is this one. I used the polyglaze sheets, and I used, oh my gosh, so much sparkle and shine on that one. But I just used some of our gold holographic dots, and I just decorated the cake with those instead. And I used our glittering green foil, our brilliant blue foil, our glimmering gold foil, and I just covered pieces of toner paper, toner sheets, with foil, and then I just die cut all of those elements out of foiled paper instead of out of regular cardstock like on this one. And then I used the polyglaze sheets for that happy birthday, and I put that on the stick and I stuck that into the cake as well. And then I used that beautiful birthday sparkle polyglaze sheet background to create sparkle and shine. Now, if this is too much sparkle for you, you can always just foil the greeting and add that, or you can just have that sparkly background and then have other things going on front of it. But I love foil, and I can never get enough sparkle and shine. So that's just a super fun card. And then, as if there wasn't enough, I went in and added those gold iridescent dots all over the place too, to add a little more dimension and shine. I put them on top of these little sparklers, and oh my goodness. So that's my second card using the kit. Now I want to show you the cupcake. Should I show you the cupcake? I'll show you the cupcake. Yeah, I'll show you the cupcake. So here I made a cupcake card, and this is a good one because I am always a little bit late when it comes to birthdays, no matter how hard I try. I used some of our pattern paper here from that pattern paper pack that at one point was an incentive, and now it's part of our regular inventory, but I can't think of what it is. It's just very neutral pattern paper, and I thought that just gave it a little bit of texture in the background. Then I cut a couple of frames out and I layered them. I stacked them to really bring it up. And I did a cloud background on the piece that fell out of that frame, and then I popped it back in there. And then I put together the cupcake, and you can see all the texture you get in that die. And this is a very, very easy die. These are easy to assemble. They're so simple. And I did want to show you, let me show you something else here on that die set. Let me get the die set out of the package. You will notice that with our smaller dies, whenever we do a set that has smaller dies, I can't stand a die that is this small. Look at that little candle right there, the inside of the flame. See that? I can't even stand a die that's that small. I'm going to lose it in the first 5 seconds. And I also don't want to, if I want to put 3 candles on this cake, I don't want to cut that tiny die out 3 times. So what we did with the small dies in this set is we put them on plates, so you're not going to lose them. So when you cut out these flames, you're cutting 6 flames at a time. You're cutting 3 big ones and 3 small ones, so you can make 3 candles at a time. When you do the candle, you're cutting out the 3 candles at one time. This is the top of the cupcake. This allows this strawberry to kind of sink down in there. So this panel, this one, and this one are both on one plate because they're small. And then the leaves for the strawberries on one plate. The strawberries themselves on one plate. It's a lot harder to lose a plate than it is to lose a little die that's that tiny, right? So that's why we did that. So if you see that and you're thinking, well, why do I have all these, or what is this stuff? We're gonna make these cards. We're gonna make a lot of cards with this, and I'm gonna show you step by step how to use it. Okay, so that is my little cupcake card, and I just used iridescent dots to add sprinkles on the cupcake. Then I decided to make another cupcake as a tag, and I did that one with kind of a whipped cream frosting. And I used the frame that has actually 2 frames. Let's show you that again so you get what I did here. This frame right here, I just chopped the top off of it. And so I made it a single frame, but I didn't want it this big. I wanted it smaller because I wanted it to fit on a tag. So you can use them as a single frame, or you can do it as a double frame. And I just added some of our pearls on there and put a little ribbon on the top, and I used our tag trio, but you can use any tag die set to create your tag. So that's my little cupcake tag. Okay, so let's look at the candy. So these are actually a stick for a lollipop, and then you've got a large heart and a small heart, and you've got a circle and a swirly circle, and then you've got this bow. So you're going to use those pieces together, and you can see them all put together here on your insert too. So that will help you determine which piece goes where to create these. But I made one like this. Now I used the polyglaze sheet to add a little twinkling pink for the background. And then I made 2 lollipops, and I used that larger double stacked frame. And I made the heart lollipop, and I made this swirly lollipop. But isn't that so fun? I love that card. It's so cute. And one of the things that I really love about this this die set is this one, for example. Check this out. Now, if you did that in red and white, this could be a Christmas candy. That's like a Christmas, that could be a Christmas peppermint, right? So although this is fun for birthdays, this could be for Valentine's Day. This could be for Christmas. So this is one of those die sets that you can pull out and you can use for so many different holidays, as well as just simple birthdays and other types of celebrations. How did I get the shine on the lollipop? Well, you know what, Marcia? I want you to tune in on Thursday, because this is going to be the first card that I make, and I'm going to show you a technique that you are going to fall in love with. So I'll just leave it at that, because I want to surprise you with this one. I think you're going to love it. And then, and if you can't watch it on Thursday, that's okay. Just watch the replay, because you're going to love it. And then I've got this card that I made using the magnolias. So I decided to cut 2 of the magnolias out and stencil them. And then I stenciled the whole magnolia on the background. I cut it out with master layouts too, but I kept the piece that I cut out as a frame. And then I cut the center out using master layouts 21. So I've got like 3 different layers here, but they all line up perfectly because they're all cut out of one panel. But it creates lots of depth and dimension because I popped things up. Now, I also popped a second flower up. Can you see there's the first flower back there? Right? There's the flower back there. But I popped these up on top because this set comes with 2 dies, so you can create a little bit more dimension. And then I used the Thinking of You from the Peaceful Petals stamp set, because I felt like this is a really, really pretty, soft card. Could be a really good, yeah, it's a dogwood flower. It could be a sympathy card for sure. But I didn't use the embossing folder on this. I only used the stencil by itself for a more modern graphic look. But I have to show you how gorgeous this embossing folder is. Take a look at this one. So I had to make a 5x7. And look at all the beautiful detail in that. So you can see like the little centers, stamen of these magnolia flowers. Now I know magnolias aren't turquoise, but I knew that Mindy was going to use pink, and I knew that Megan was going to use pink, and possibly Kathy Zilski will use pink. And so I thought, okay, I need to do something completely different. So yes, I will be demoing these cards for sure. Absolutely. That's what we're going to be doing for the next 4 weeks or so, maybe even 5 weeks. So I used Master Layouts 20 again, but like on that first card where I had the insert, this die that comes in Master Layouts 20, for this card, instead of Master Layouts 20 on the inside, I popped the 3D embossed panel on the inside. I stacked a few frames here to make that look a little bit deep set. And then I only used 3 colors of ink for this. I used Sea Glass, Light Spruce, and Marigold. And all I did was take my blending brush on each layer of stencil and just stenciled right in the middle and just let it fade out to white, to nothingness. Because I really wanted it to almost appear like the flowers were white, but just that little hint of aqua in there. So this is a really nice sympathy card too. But you could make this a beautiful birthday card for somebody by just changing up the greeting, or a retirement card, or a thank you card, whatever you want it to be. You know, sympathy cards don't have to just be sympathy. They can be anything. And I love, 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 love this dogwood. I said magnolia, but it's a dogwood flower. I don't know why I said magnolia. I told you I get my flowers confused, but here it is. Fancy dogwood blooms. So these are definitely dogwood flowers. And this is the tree we had at home with the 4 petals. Love it so much. So these are all the cards that I made with all of the products that are my products in this release. So many different things. Oh my goodness, there's so many. I should zoom out a little bit. Now, we are going to give away 3 gift cards tonight. So if you are new here, all you have to do is leave a comment in the chat, and that's how you get entered into the drawing for these gift cards. And we're going to give away 3 $25 gift cards. You can use them on this release if you haven't purchased yet, or you can save them and use them anytime that you want. Maybe there was something else on your wish list and you thought, oh, I just don't have enough for that. Maybe you'll win the gift card and you will be able to get it tonight or tomorrow, because we have to wait for our customer service department to send it out to you. But before we do that, if you like tonight's video, we certainly hope that you have, if you wouldn't mind giving it a thumbs up. And also, if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit all notifications so you never miss another video. And then if you're not a member of our Facebook group, that Facebook group is getting flooded with inspiration by our guest designers, and they have some amazing projects to share with you. So come on over and join us. It's called Gina K Designs and Stamp TV Friends. It's the Gina K group with 50,000 members. There's a couple knockoff groups out there that are using our name. Don't join those. All the inspiration, all the files, all the fun things happen in this group. Gina K Designs and Stamp TV Friends with 50,000 members. Come and join us, answer the questions. We just ask you a few questions about, so we know you're really a crafter and not a robot. And don't forget to agree to the group rules, and we will let you right in so that you can enjoy all the inspiration. And then a big shout out to Brianne Loveland. She's been here with us for this whole 2 hours. Brianne, thank you so much for being here. Brianne has been linking all of the new products and all the other things that we've talked about. But if you missed any of the links that Brianne shared, you can find everything that I used and our new release on our website at ginakdesigns.com. All right, Tom, come on in. What'd you think of this tonight?
Overwhelming.
Do you have a favorite?
Overwhelming. I let me just go back.
Okay.
So my personal favorites of this group, Thinking of You.
This one?
Yes.
Okay.
And With Sympathy.
This one?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Okay, wow. That's cool.
Okay.
I expected you to like cake.
Yeah, well, I'm trying.
I did just make Tom like 18 cupcakes for his birthday, so he might be a little sick of cupcakes right now, but that doesn't stop me. No. Well, that's fun. Well, come on in and let's give away 3 $25 gift cards to 3 lucky commenters.
We've got a little Zeus ear.
Oh, hi, Zeus. There he is.
Okay, so time for our drummer.
Time for the drummer.
Here we go. Drum roll 3.
3
winners. 3 winners tonight.
Yep.
And the winners are Sylvia Kenner, Terry Maxon 7896, and Dolly Hess.
Yay! Congratulations to all of our winners. All you have to do, ladies, gentlemen, I'm not sure, were there any like handles in there, or they were all names, right? They were ladies, I think. So all of those ladies, if you would just send an email to info@ginakdesigns.com and let them know that you want a $25 gift card in tonight's release party, they will get that right out to you, and you can spend it or save it for a rainy day. All right, this was so much fun. No word of the day on release party night, but we will have a word of the day on Thursday, and I will be making this card, which is actually one of my favorite cards of the release, and I'll be showing you a super fun technique to add a little shine to your cards. So stay tuned for that. That'll be Thursday at noon Central Time. All of the products that we released tonight are now available on our website at ginakdesigns.com. We hope that you found something that excites you tonight and that you'll be creating with us all month long. All right, everybody, until Thursday, stay safe and stay healthy. We love you all so very much, and we'll see you again real soon. Bye-bye.